This is the Lakers Report by Chat Sports. Chase Senior here with you. I hope all of your weeks are off to a fantastic start. We'll get to all of the latest Lakers news and rumors coming up around the corner. But first, got to give a shout out to Aura for making today's Lakers Report possible. The all-in-one digital safety tool that can keep you and your family safe in an era where everything lives online and all of our information gets hacked a lot. Aura.com/chatsports. Start your free trial today. I'll put that link in the comment section and the description of this video. So up to this point in the Lakers offseason, they've addressed center with Damian Jones as well as Thomas Bryant. Is there a move to be made, and is there a move that could really be a big splash move for the purple and gold in Myles Turner? Heavy.com's Sean Devini reporting that Turner would be open to a deal to the Los Angeles Lakers. It looks as though he might be on the trade block. Could it be to Los Angeles? Could it be a part of a sign-and trade with the Phoenix Suns that would send DeAndre Ayton to Indiana? We'll certainly see. Turner led the league in blocks last year. He also led the NBA in blocks the year previously. And the Lakers have been increasingly linked to the Pacers center over the last couple of years because he's a really intriguing player. One of the best shot blockers in the league, a guy who can certainly hold his own on the low block, but also if you want to go five wide with Myles Turner, you can do that. A couple of games last year in which he caught fire from distance. For me, Damian Jones and Thomas Bryant, they're solid options at that center spot for the Lakers. And if you start one of the two with LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and we'll see what happens with Russell Westbrook, and is Lonnie Walker IV going to be that other starter? We'll see. But when you focus in on that center spot for the Lakers, Damian Jones and Thomas Bryant, they're solid. They are not Myles Turner, and it's really not even close. He offers you so much more and gives you another threat offensively with his ability to stretch the floor and thin out defenses and open up some driving lanes, but defensively, a very, very good shot blocker. You can make the argument he's the best in that category in the NBA. So what do you think, Laker Nation? I want to hear from you in the comment section right now. We've talked a lot about Myles Turner over the last couple of years. Should the Lakers trade for him? Let me know right now. Give me a T for trade or a P for pass. Now, as far as Turner goes, he's somewhat expensive, but actually pretty affordable when you stack his contract up with some of the top centers in the NBA. You'd have to clear some money, but I'm certainly intrigued by the idea. Current big men on this roster in the front court for the Lakers: Anthony Davis, he's a unicorn. Thomas Bryant went healthy, and that's really the big concern with him. He's a good backup center, ideally, who can start some games for you. Damian Jones coming off the best year of his career, and then Wenyen Gabriel, the former Kentucky Wildcat, was able to show a little bit of flashes last year in a limited sample size for LA. As for the notable trade assets for the Lakers that they could send in a package to Indiana for Myles Turner: Russell Westbrook, really, really expensive. Talen Horton-Tucker, is there a better player in there potentially? But $10 million for a guy who can do a bunch of things. If he ends up fulfilling those expectations and tapping into his fullest ability, that's actually a pretty good value deal with 2 years remaining on that deal. Kendrick Nunn, good scorer, but didn't play at all last year because of injury. Then you have a couple of first-round picks that you can include in a deal, 2025 and 2027, and then second-round picks, 2023, 2027, so you can throw those into the deal as well. As for Myles Turner, really good size, 6'11", 250. This past year, 13 points per game, 7 rebounds. We talk about the blocks. He led the NBA in blocks last year as well as the year previously, and just has a smart, innate ability of helping out on switches, getting to the rim after getting beat, can use that size and athleticism, but offensively, that's where I'm excited the most because he can knock down some threes and just give you an athletic component at that center spot that this team has been lacking over the last couple of years. So we'll continue to keep you updated on the Myles Turner front, but certainly a tasty rumor at that. As I said at the top, today's show presented to you by Aura. You can start your free 14-day trial if you head to aura.com/chatsports. It is the best all-in-one digital safety tool for you and your entire family if you are a family man or woman. A cool feature, you can get near real-time alerts on suspicious credit inquiries, and you can keep your identity secure with extensive monitoring of your personal info. You pull up your web browser right now, think about how many passwords you have saved and all the information that is included in that. You're really opening yourself up to getting your identity stolen or your bank account hacked. But with Aura, you can shop, bank, work online more safely and privately. One more time, it's aura.com/chatsports. Keep your family safe from online activities and hackers. I'll put that link in the comment section and the description of this video. I appreciate Aura for making today's program possible. We can't do a Lakers report anymore without getting you caught up, with the latest on Kyrie Irving. Irving in Los Angeles feels inevitable, but the deal is far from done. He was at the Los Angeles Sparks game the other night. He's been playing pickup hoops in the Los Angeles area, in which people have been amazed at what he's been able to do. And the move still to be made in this offseason, I think there's indications that it could be Kyrie going from Brooklyn to LA, because it's one of the teams in the NBA that's actually showing a level of interest in Kyrie. Recent notes and reporting on Irving. According to Brian Windhorst, Kyrie's market is frozen. I think there's a couple of reasons for that. KD trade market, DeAndre Ayton trade market, also some moves to be made in free agency for the other 29 teams in the NBA. According to Chris Mannix, the mom and pop mindset hasn't helped the Lakers. Primarily what he means by that, them operating as a old school family and just relying on the voices and opinions of others. And frankly, I don't think that's a smart way to run a business. And then again, go back to that KD aspect of this. Could a Kevin Durant trade come before Kyrie? And again, I think that's the domino that has to fall in addition to DeAndre Ayton. Teams are waiting to maybe make an offer for Ayton because they want to make an offer for Kevin Durant. And then for the Nets, they got to figure out what's going on with KD, because if they trade him, they're not going to start the franchise and reboot it with Kyrie Irving on a one-year deal after opting into that player option. So those are some dominoes yet to fall on the Kyrie Irving front. Are the Lakers a playoff team with Kyrie Irving? This is a really good question that I definitely want your answers for. Why for yes and for no? I think they are. You let me know in the comment section. Help get the Lakers report also to 48,000 subscribers. We were trying to get there by the end of last week, and we certainly got close as the Lakers report continues to churn out basically free daily content. Subscribe today for the best Lakers coverage on the entire internet by heading to youtube.com/LakersTV, or just hit that red subscribe button down below. News, rumors, breaking news, all of that, much more. We hope you join the Laker Nation family. Next up on the show, is Anthony Davis going to bounce back? Rob Pelinka, full of praise for AD after back-to-back injury-plagued seasons. And Rob Pelinka, he's seen what AD can be. Won a championship with him back in 2020 when he was and looked like one of the most dominant players in the world. But he's also seen the unfortunate aspect of Anthony Davis. Injury-prone, especially the last 2 years. Rob Pelinka on AD from Summer League. He's bought in, and I think he's quietly put together one of the biggest off seasons of his career. This is just classic. You can just tell he's got a very serious tone about him. Last year didn't unfold the way that any of us wanted, and I think everyone's going to come back with a chip on our shoulder, and AD is going to lead us with that. I think he's working hard. I know he's working really hard on his body, and this is a huge year for Anthony Davis. He has to continue to work hard on his body. He can't be injured like he was the last 2 years, because when that happens, the Lakers go on a tailspin, because at this point you can't ask LeBron James to shoulder everything on both ends of the floor. And this is classic from Rob Pelinka. Best shape of his career. He's as motivated as he's ever been. Like, this is the classic cliche offseason quote from a general manager, a coach, or a player. But for the Lakers, like, they're playoff chances hinge on Anthony Davis staying healthy. He is a massive component in their success for this upcoming season. And when he's on the floor, this guy, he is seriously one of one. Confidence level in AD next year. Where is it? Where does it lie? Where does it stand? I want you to scale it for me from 1 to 10. As far as injuries go, low on the scale. Ability when healthy, high on the scale. Either way, I want you to let me know in the comment section right now. Confidence level in AD for next year. Going to get you caught up also on the latest going down with the Lakers in the NBA Summer League. Some really good performances that we certainly want to pass along. Cole Swider, UDFA out of Syracuse, 21 points on Sunday against the Charlotte Hornets in a really fun game that went to overtimes. Mason Jones had 13 points. Scottie Pippen Jr., he was solid, 10.7 dimes, 3 steals as he was getting it done on the defensive end of the floor. But he's had a couple of marvelous performances as a nice little shifty point guard with some wiggle Schlegel. As for Cole Swider, he is intriguing for a couple of reasons. He's 6'9", and he can shoot the three and has a lot of range. And because of that, maybe he cracks the roster with the Lakers. Maybe he goes to the G League. Maybe he signs a two-way deal. If it's not with the Lakers, he'll sniff an opportunity with another team across the NBA because 6'9" guys who can shoot, they are coveted assets. As for Scottie Pippen Jr., point guards are plentiful in the NBA. So I'm not sure what his roster status is going to be moving forward, but has had a couple of really good moments. Had a 20-plus point game the other night. I was watching and I'm like, you know what? I don't know if he deserved to get drafted, but with his pops on hand, he's showing his pops and making his pops proud. Against Charlotte in 2 OTs, 10 points on those 7 dimes as we talked about, and was pretty good playing the passing lanes. Next up for the Lakers in the NBA Summer League, it's going to be a matchup. LA versus LA, LAL against LAC. Sounds like a soccer match right there. Tuesday, July 12th from Las Vegas, 11 p.m. Eastern. And another opportunity for us to evaluate some of these Summer League prospects, and we'll continue to break it all down right here on the Lakers Report. Appreciate all of you for watching.